Welcome back. It's St. Patrick's Day, the traditional death date of St. Patrick, who is the patron saint of the Emerald Isle. Also known as the Feast of St. Patrick, it's a cultural and religious holiday with origins dating back hundreds of years. Since its start, March the 17th has evolved into a worldwide celebration of Irish heritage and culture, with parades and parties planned around the globe. All right, for more on this, I'm joined by Mark McGowan. He's a professor of history and Celtic studies at the University of Toronto. Mark, who was St. Patrick and where did this holiday come from?
So St. Patrick was 5th century Romano-Briton, so likely Welsh, not Irish at all. And he had been kidnapped by pirates, allegedly ended up in the north of Ireland, escaped, and when a previous missionary had been killed to evangelize the Irish, Patrick was ordained a priest, went back to Ireland, and essentially has been credited with converting the Gaels to Christianity. Allegedly, he died near Downpatrick today in the north of Ireland, and there's still numerous monuments to him in Ireland today, including the hill at Sol, where the beautiful statue of St. Patrick overlooks Strangford Lough and the Irish Seas. So extraordinarily important in terms of Irish religious culture and in terms of popular culture today.
Is it true he drove the snakes out of Ireland, as is commonly believed?
No, there are many myths about St. Patrick, and that being one of them. If anything, symbolically, the snakes would have probably symbolized paganism that he was trying to root out with Christianity. But over the course of the Middle Ages, many of these legends grew in Ireland. But ironically, the feast day itself really originates from the 17th century, when it became more popular in Ireland to commemorate the saint by going to mass, sometimes having religious celebrations around it. And of course, those morphed over the years into something entirely different.
Well, and the parades are so synonymous now with the event. I'm wondering, where was the first St. Patrick's parade?
Well, in a number of places lay claim to it. Now, in the diaspora, New York City probably claims 1762 as the first. Here in Canada, Montreal could claim 1824 as the first parade, but there are other organizations across the world, particularly in places like Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, that would have had celebrations and maybe a procession, a religious procession that predates that. But these parades vary from place to place, and certainly different in Ireland, which was still celebrating St. Patrick's Day as essentially a religious feast up until about 2 decades ago. It's in the diaspora itself where it becomes, green beer, and in Chicago, turning the rivers green, and these massive festive events and parades that we've come accustomed to.
So we've come accustomed to this in North America. How do they celebrate it differently in Ireland?
So in Ireland now, because Ireland is much more secularized, a lot of the religious trappings to the feast day have evaporated. I mean, there are still many Irish who will go to mass on a day like today, but for the most part, going to Dublin and witnessing the parade there, you would notice all kinds of similarities to parades that are held, in the United States and in parts of Canada. It's become a very secular event, a celebration, so to speak, as you advance into springtime, because of when March 17th, Patrick's death date, falls.